Welcome to this very moment which we are now sharing together. I'm happy that you are here with me. Today in this trauma-informed flow, we'll be practicing meeting our body where it's at. Here we are nurturing a practice of being present within our bodies and with our full selves, noticing our thoughts, emotions, sensations with as much presence as we can possibly muster. We're doing this so we can become familiar with our inner world. Here I invite you to practice permitting what is within to show up so you can move with greater awareness and choice in this world. All of the positions in this flow are done seated or laying down with the option to access support through blankets, pillows, pacing, etc. as we need. There's the option, if you haven't already, to check in with what you need to feel supported in this class and beyond this class. I invite you to notice any urge you may have to force poses, force ease. Everything I offer here is optional, giving you the space to develop a deeper sense of trust with yourself and with me in adapting to your needs in this moment. If you need to stay longer in a pose, leave a pose, test out a pose, change a pose, please do. I'm inviting you to notice whatever arrives in this session with as much compassion as you can muster, letting judgments and shame dissolve, and to practice non-attachment with your intention to be present with yourself here and now. This isn't a test. This isn't something to get right, nor something you can get wrong. We are building up a muscle here, and the first and most important step is showing up. And so I thank you for doing so for yourself, and I hope you can thank yourself too. Now, whenever you're ready, we can find ourselves in a seated position, taking a moment to feel into our body. Noticing where our sit bones are making contact with the ground below us. If you'd like, you can invite the wisdom of this moment to connect us with what will allow you to access the fullest healing for yourself in this moment. Is this moment asking you to notice your heart, or notice the nature of your thoughts, or notice any tension or numbness in your body? If you'd like, you can set an intention for yourself in this class to carry forward in your day. And when you have that intention, let it flow towards whatever part of ourselves can carry that intention and offer it to the parts of us that need to be supported by that intention. Staying here for 3 more full breaths before we begin with our poses. As you are ready, we will begin to guide ourselves towards the back of our mats into child's pose, opening our knees as wide as you'd like, guiding our butt onto the heels of our feet, and directing our hearts and arms towards the earth. Just taking a moment here to attune to our breath's natural rhythm. there's the option to guide your left arm under your right arm like a thread, and to let the left side of your body rest on the ground below, supporting you. Whenever you are ready, you can do the same for our right side, threading our right arm under our left arm and resting the right side of our body. And just seeing if you would like to soften even more deeply into your support system here. And as you're ready, we can return to center, guiding your upper body up and our hips back to rest on our heels. I invite you to guide your head and heart towards the sky on your inhale, and as you exhale, curving your spine from your pelvis to your head in a C position. Inhale, head and heart towards the sky, and exhale, curving our spine. One more time, inhale before guiding ourselves into a seated butterfly position. I like to have some support for my lower back by placing a cushion or blanket under my hips here, and you're welcome to join me if you'd like. We have the option to hold our unified heels with clasped hands. We can stay still here, or we can flutter our legs at a pace that feels available. And if it's available to you, with your legs still and spine straight and long, you can begin to lean your heart towards your heels, allowing the hips to open. Remembering that you have options here. If this pose is not available to you in this moment, I invite you to explore an alternative to this pose. As we do, we can strengthen our trust with ourselves to explore strategies to meet our body's needs. I'm going to activate some of the energy centers on my feet. You have the option to join me or just to stay exactly where you are. If it's available to you, we'll return to a regular seated position as we prepare to do a seated spinal twist. Placing our left hand on our right knee as our anchor, we can begin tucking our pelvis in as we twist towards the right side of our space, resting our right hand behind us. If you'd like, you can turn your gaze to align with your right shoulder. One of the ways we can bring our nervous system to the present moment is by taking in the space in front of us, behind us, to our sides, and around us. So if it's supportive to you, you can look around your physical space, becoming aware of all that surrounds you. And as you're ready, you can begin to return to center before doing the same thing on the opposite side of our bodies. I invite you to notice the texture of your breath as it moves along your spine. And if it's available to you, we can return to center as we prepare for eagle pose. Crossing our right elbow on top of our left elbow, we will press our forearms against one another. And as you're ready, begin to lean your forearms forward before raising your arms up towards the sky. You might have learned that the only way to meet your needs like safety, connection, and belonging was to appease the demands, needs, and desires of others. We live in a world where sacrificing our needs is often celebrated, but I invite us to dream of another possibility. If it's available to you, we can access the parts of us that learn to deny and omit our needs and invite them compassionately into our hearts in this very moment, where the connection, safety, and belonging that we can offer them is no longer conditional. As you're ready, bring your arms back to center before uncrossing them. We'll do the same thing on the opposite side, this time crossing our left elbow over our right elbow. Breathing into the edge of this pose, knowing you can always stop if there's pain. Discomfort is expected when we try something new, but not pain. And I invite you to lean in according to your capacity. And as we begin to unfold our eagle wings, I invite you into a regular seated position. You have the option to stay here if you'd like as we prepare to lean forward. However, there's also the option to place your left ankle over your right knee, ensuring that your knees and ankles are aligned on both legs. If you'd like, you can begin to crawl your hands forward, keeping your spine long, stopping once you meet your edge. We have the option to practice guiding our breath to that edge, expanding us and our capacity to be with discomfort that supports our desired growth, our desired healing, our desired transformation. And as you're ready, you can begin to crawl yourself back up as we prepare to do the same thing. This time placing our right ankle on top of our left knee. Inhaling as we lean forward and settling in on our exhale. Staying here for 3 more breaths if it's available to you. For this next pose, there's the option to use a pillow or blanket on top of your quads in order to support your ease and to balance your effort in this pose. Guiding our right leg into our calf or into our quad, we can begin a gentle spinal twist towards our bent leg as we lift our right arm up and direct it towards our extended leg. Settling into a place that feels supportive to you in this moment, there's the invitation to deepen our breath as we turn our upper body to be parallel with the earth. Grounding with our arms wherever feels supportive, allowing our head to rest. And at your own pace, we can begin to guide our bodies up, extending our bent leg before doing the same thing to our opposite leg. Guiding that opposite leg into our quad and opening up our hearts to the sky as we lean towards our right foot. As you are ready, we'll turn our hearts to be parallel with the earth below, attuning to the pulse of her support. If we can, inviting that support to fill our hearts, our bodies, our souls. I offer a prayer now that all may tap into and honor this support generously. And as you are ready, you can begin to guide your upper body back to center, extending both of your legs. There's the option to crawl your upper body towards the ground, finding a soothing place to rest your arms on your body. Allowing the space to move as we need to adjust as we need to. Inhaling as we begin to exit this pose, transitioning into our heart opener. You have the option to lean back into this position or to start from laying down on the ground below. Keeping our shoulders and elbows aligned, we will begin to lift our hearts towards the sky, inhaling sweetly as we lean our head back. In this position, we are grounded in deep surrender. The support of our arms and our legs can keep us grounded to the earth as we open our heart, our capacity to express, our ability to vision and dream, and our capacity to act as they open to the mysteries beyond the sky that guides our path. When you are ready, you can release this pose, guiding your back body to the ground as we prepare for our final poses. We can begin by guiding our left knee towards our chest, placing our hands below our kneecaps if that's supportive. Staying here for 3 more full breaths. You have the option to stay here, or you can join me as we move into a happy baby pose. I'm going to hold my outer left foot with my left hand as I guide the bottom of my foot towards the sky and support my leg as it moves into a 90-degree angle. If that is not accessible to you, you always have the option to explore what angle works best for your needs in this moment. As a dear person in my life says, needs are never in conflict, only strategies. Staying here for 2 more full breaths. I'm now going to guide that same foot towards my opposite hip, with the bottom of my foot now facing my upper body, and gently direct my knee down towards the ground. You're welcome to join or to stay where you are. Leaning into our breath if that's supportive. Now, as you're ready, you have the option to lightly place that same foot on or above your opposite knee. Using your right hand as one of your anchors, you can begin to guide that knee to the right side of your space in a spinal twist. If you'd like, you can extend your left arm and use it as an anchor. You have the option to keep your head neutral or turn your head towards your left arm, once again feeling what works best for you in this moment. Allowing our breath to move along our spine. And if you'd like, on your next inhale, you can release this pose, guiding your full back body to the ground. You can hold that left knee to your chest for 1 full breath if you'd like, before releasing it fully, extending both of your legs. And as you're ready, we'll begin to do the same series, this time directing our right knee towards our chest. If it's supportive, you can wiggle your ankles and offer them some movement. And if it feels right, we can transition into happy baby, holding our outer right foot with our outer right hand as you guide the bottom of your foot towards the sky at an angle that feels accessible to you. Seeing if we wish to let our breath meet the edge of this pose here. I invite you to guide that same foot towards your opposite hip, with the bottom now facing your upper body, and gently direct your knee down towards the ground. You're welcome to join or to stay exactly where you are, as you are. Preparing for our final pose in this series, our spinal twist. This time directing your right knee to the left side of the room as we anchor with an extended left arm, letting our head find its position of support to the right side of your space or in a neutral and centered position. And if you'd like, we can take a moment to just notice how we feel in our body. If we can access feeling, numbness too can be acknowledged. Perhaps taking a moment to thank yourself for meeting yourself exactly where you're at, with a heart open to being supported. If you'd like, on your next inhale, you can release this pose, guiding your full back body to the ground. You can hold that left knee to your chest for one full breath before releasing it fully, guiding ourselves into Shavasana. Asking ourselves, what do I need to feel supported in this position of rest and integration? I personally like to have a blanket under my knees and another either supporting my neck or laying over my body. As we nurture our capacity to access support in our lives, whether within ourselves or with others, we can access the fulfillment of having our needs met and trusting ourselves with our responsibility to do so. As we settle in, I leave you with the affirmation that here, in this container we have created together to be present and aware, there is nothing to do, there is nothing to fix, there is nothing to force, there is nowhere else to be, and there is no one to become, but who you are in this very moment. And still, and always, you are worthy of being supported by life. You have the option to stay in this position as long as you need. I'm going to turn onto my side into a fetal position before easily raising myself up until I am comfortably seated. You are invited to join me in offering ourselves a hug. We can take a moment to express gratitude towards ourselves for showing up, for practicing, for being open. As I prepare to end this class, I invite you to expand this practice beyond the yoga mat. This practice is a seed, and we have the opportunity to nurture and expand the seed wherever we go, whomever we engage with, and whatever experience life offers us. May unity, connection, support, presence, and expansion be our lived practice. And may it all be directed to the energy of love on this planet. Wishing you peace within and without. Take good care.